Hello, and thanks for tuning in to the very first episode of the I Can podcast, where I can, you can, and we can all do great things. I want to start this podcast so that people are not overly intimidated by starting new things. I want to know what your I can statement is. What was that moment in time? What is that phrase or that thing that you hold on to that allows you to go from I can't to I can? I want to know what it is. My I can statement is found in the scripture. It's found in Philippians 4:13, and it says, I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. I want to know what your I can statement is. Maybe you're a Christian and that's the same I can statement for you. Maybe you're a non-believer. Maybe you are somebody that is an atheist. Maybe you are Hindu. Maybe you believe in Buddhism. Whatever it is, though, that you can hold on to, that it will take you from I can't to I can. This is the last day of 2024, and we're going into 2025. And we have been in this location, will be 3 years, it will be 3 years this January 1st, which is tomorrow. I cannot believe that we've been in our location, 1328 South Pennsylvania Avenue in Wellston, Ohio. But you see, we got here because we started with the I can statement, the I can belief, the belief of I don't know where to begin to let's make this happen. See, almost 4 years ago now, I was training my pastor. It was 4 years ago. I believe it was in 2020. I was training my pastor, James Demmel, in my garage. And there was also traveling 45 minutes to train at a gym, Fit Culture in Gallipolis, Ohio. One evening, you can call it an evening of fate, providence, sovereignty, whatever you want to call this evening, it was a discussion between my pastor and I as I was training him. My pastor, James Demmel, looks at me and he says, Ralph, he goes, you've got a gift. You go to training and you have charisma and people like you. He said, why don't you start your own gym? Why don't you start your own business? And I looked at him and I said, Pastor, I wouldn't know where to start. I wouldn't know where to begin. I have no clue about any of this. And he looks at me square in the face, square in the eyes. He looks at me and he goes, Ralph, he said, do you believe in God? I was like, in the back of my head, I'm like, well, of course I believe in God. He said, if you believe in God, take steps to make this happen. This is something that God has put in me for several years now, starting my own gym. And I didn't know where to start. I didn't know where to begin. And I didn't think it was possible. And then that night, Pastor James Demmel puts me on the spot and he says, if you believe in God, walk in it. And God will give you everything that you need to be successful. But if you don't believe or trust in God, we'll just act like this conversation never happened. I'm like, well, Pastor, way to put me in a moment of decision. I either walk away and not have full confidence or faith that God has the ability to do great things, or I step up and I say, I don't know where to start, I don't know where to begin, but I believe that God can do great things. So right then and there, I put Philippians 4:13 into action, and we started looking for a place to start a gym. I would like to say that I began with a 20, 30, $40,000 square foot facility. But we started in a 2-car garage because that's what God gave us in Hampton, Ohio. If you went past that place, it looked nothing like a gym. There was nothing attractive on the outside to bring people in. However, people were stopping. People kept coming because each and every day I got up with the confidence of I can. Because God can. Because God can do great things. Each and every day, some mornings it was freezing to death. Some mornings it was hot. But every day I went to that 2-car garage, and I believed that it would grow. Since that time, we outgrew that 2-car garage in Hampton, Ohio, which is about 10 minutes from where the gym is now, and we come to Wellston, Ohio. And it's grown. It's growing. And through this journey, I want to share stories. I want to share testimonies. I want to share some things that are like, there's no other possible way other than just believing that you can. Because God has given you enough ability, talents, and gifts to see you through. Now we're tomorrow, which will be January 1st, 2025, we will be in this location 3 years. We started with just a few members in Wellston, Ohio. We didn't have very many gym members. I had more clients than gym members. I'm training every day still, Monday through Friday, and I love what I do. But now we've got people that are coming along beside me. We're growing. We have Athletic Advantage taught by Hunter Smith. That class Hunter Smith was a Division I athlete. Played football at Youngstown State. He's the preferred walk-on. Great guy, great young man, knowledgeable, energetic. He loves the Lord too. But he's teaching a class here at Temple Fitness on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 5 o'clock. Absolutely amazing. It works on your coordination, your conditioning, your strength. And then we have a class by the name of Foundations of Strength. That is being taught by Nancy Fortner. Nancy Fortner comes all the way from near Circleville, Asheville area, an hour every day. And I train her 2 or 3 days a week, and then she comes on Tuesdays and Thursdays to do Foundations of Strength class. Then we got Kim McGuire, who's teaching a class, empowering ladies to not be intimidated by coming into a gym setting. Sometimes it can be overly intimidating when you come into the gym, and sometimes it can also be discouraging if you do not have results right away. So we're growing, we're doing great things. I want to know what you're doing. What are you doing? What is your I can't statement? Maybe you have a business, maybe you have a restaurant, maybe you have several restaurants, maybe you're a Division I athlete, maybe you're an actor, actress, maybe you're the first one in your family to ever go to college. What is it that you're doing? Because it's not enough just to say, I can, but you got to flesh it out. I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. And God has put a dream and desire to own my own gym. And right now, my wife and I own Temple Fitness here in Wellston, Ohio. It's the name of the gym. I don't know if I said that in the beginning, but Temple Fitness and 1328 South Pennsylvania Avenue. If you are not in the gym, why not? Is it because of an I can statement? Is it because of a fear? I want to get everybody over their fears of not being able to do things. You see, when I was born, I was in the hospital 13 times by the time I was in second grade. Second grade, my lung collapsed. So I wasn't always a strong, conditioned person. I had a lot of health ailments, but because God, I can. Now I'm fit, active, strong because of God. I didn't always have the best grades in school. I struggled there too, but I believe that if I kept fighting every single day with the belief that I can, I was able to overcome. We're going into 2025. Maybe you're wanting to do body transformation. Maybe this is the year that you're like, yeah, man, I want to drop 50, 70, 100 pounds or more, and I don't know if I can. Well, guess what? You can. You can do it. Maybe in 2025 you're wanting to open that business you've always wanted to open, but you say, I don't know if I can. Well, guess what? You can, because of these I can statements. I want to build a community and a place where we come together and support one another and lead one another with I can instead of I can't. I grew up in southeastern Ohio, love Jackson County, Vinton County, the surrounding areas. I love to go to sporting events, basketball, football. Recently I've been going to wrestling. I love these athletes around here. But I believe they also get paralyzed by thinking, I can't do something. You can. You can do great things. Joe Burrow, who is just from 30 minutes from here, he didn't have that I can't statement. He said, I can, and I'll fight until I do. I'd like to it would be maybe a pipe dream, but it'd be absolutely awesome if I got to interview Joe Burrow and ask him what his I can statement. What was it in the middle of the night where he woke up and he said, I can? What allowed it to go from I can't to I? Maybe you always believe that I can. And if you're one of those that just wakes up and you're like, I can do this, never had struggle or anything, I want to talk to you too. I want to interview people, regardless of your walk of life, that's doing things. You might think, you know what? Oh, I don't own a business. I don't do great things. But if you wake up and you tackle the day with everything that you got in you, then you're doing something. We got to quit thinking of I can is going out and doing something great. Maybe getting through the day is your I can. I can. So you know what? I want to hear your stories. Leave comments. Leave a like. Subscribe to this I Can channel. But I don't know where this is going to take us. But I know one thing. I can do this. I can grow this channel. I can grow this podcast. I can do all things because of Christ who strengthens me. But like I said, maybe your I can statement is something else. I want to get into some stories of my life, some moments where I didn't know if I could, but I did. I can. So I'm going to sound off with this. Whatever it is that you want to do, go out and accomplish it. Remember, I can, you can, and we can all do great things. Remember to leave a like, subscribe, comments. I want an interactive group, changing the culture from I can't, or I don't know that if I can, to I can. You can.